Yo, it's Cass and Chris. We got you in the mix. Yeah. We say goodbye to the gloominess and the rain.
Oh, we did today.
Bright-eyed pupils when
It's
we
nice
keep
now.
the
Thank
waves until we get sipping our local IPA. Welcome to the city built for leisure and play.
Because we're living. Welcome back, my friends. Another edition of Livin in San Diego podcast. And ran into one of my neighbors. She's like, hey, I was at my friend's house. I saw your guys' post with Shane on from last week. And she's like, he has a podcast? I was like, no, we do. So she's like, what's it about? So if you guys haven't been here before, it's all about living in San Diego. Last week we had a dude on from Encinitas, goes hiking and stuff, had a great story about mountain lions and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you want to go back and listen to that, it was a good one.
Great one.
Yeah.
Fun.
And then we always, when Cassie and I are on, where it's just, back and forth. Today we're getting into staycations since I just went on one. Cassie's planning one right now. And some things to do around here in San Diego. Talk San Diego. We're going to give you guys something new here in San Diego. I got a fun one. It's for North County, San Diego. It's actually a bunch of activities happen this summer, but at the same place, which actually ties into the staycation. You could go staycation. It's good. It kind of ties it all together, dude.
It's a circle.
Yeah, we're good. So welcome back. I'm Chris Erickson. We got Mr. Cassidy Lewis over there on the ones and twos. And episode, let's go 238, give or take.
Or 10 or 11 or 14 or whatever.
Either way, give it a listen. So anyways, Livin in San Diego podcast, the staycation episode. How was the weekend? First off, before we get into your weekend, I want to say I do not like your hat.
Why?
Not because it's the Giants. I mean, it was funny. There's a guy, I don't know if he does a podcast, but he has an Instagram page, Divine Sports something. Mm-hmm. He's a San Diego dude, and he's always doing, covers a lot of Padres. Anyways, he went up to the last series against the Giants. That's Cassie's wearing a Giants hat, if you guys are just listening. And he's like, why is there no beef between San Francisco and San Diego? It's just like you go to the game, everybody's pretty mellow. Like there's no, like I just saw a clip from the Dodger game last night and there's fighting and, it's just.
Yeah, it's chaos.
But it,
same thing when you're in San Francisco going to a game and it's a Dodger game. It's fighting in the stands and it's
so that
gnarly.
must be the common denominator
is the catalyst,
the Dodger fans. Okay.
Yeah. Hence the reason we're like debating, since the Giants are only in town here twice during the season, all on weekdays, we're debating going up to LA for a game. But also nervous as Giants fans to go up to LA for a game. Chelsea and I have debated like trying to get a group of our Dodger friends together to go up with us.
Just to have a little...
Yeah, just safety in numbers,
Yeah.
Or hopefully they'd protect us if somebody tried to beat us up in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So since there is precedent for that.
There is. Yeah, that was a few years ago.
Don't really need that. So
yeah, I think mostly, for the most part, it's just the few outliers that cause a problem.
Yeah.
You think everybody's fighting. I mean, yeah, there should be a little, rivalry, a little bit of my team versus your team. But I think all the fighting, besides the FC fights, I think those were pretty big. But for the most part, it's very random. There's not much of that going on. Maybe some bickering back and forth, that kind of thing. But
yeah,
as far as actually throwing blows, probably not too much. But yeah, the guy he was interviewing up there is just like, yeah, I don't know. They're chill. Like we're kind of chill up here. It's like, no real reason. He had actually I wish I could remember his actual response now. But yeah, but that's not why I don't like your hat. When we were watching the game, they were wearing those on
Tuesday nights.
And just the brim is very, it's trippy. It's kind of like, is it blurry when they were doing like the cam from behind the net, like looking into the field at the pitcher? And I was like, is my TV, are my eyes messed up? And I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, no, it's
psychedelic colors.
Yeah, it's those hats. So
yeah.
Anyways.
Marlins, the Giants were just in Florida playing the Miami Marlins. And they have a very similar hat. So kind of meshing two colors together. It's a little more like 50-50 rather than kind of meshed together.
Gradient.
Yeah.
Does it say Miami at the top, or what does it got?
No, I can't remember what I think it might. I can't remember though.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Yeah, Padres had a tough loss last night.
Yeah.
Playing the Dodgers, playing Arizona, playing Dodgers again.
Did you see or did you hear Jackson Merrill's comments?
I did not.
He said, I forget about this sometimes, like when we get so intense about winning every game, especially, right now with it being so stacked at the top between the Padres, Dodgers, and Giants. Like Giants got one little spot up on the
because they didn't
Padres.
play, or did they win?
Yeah, because they didn't play. So now, it says 305 on the Marlin. Sorry, little squirrel action here, but it's got the Marlin and 305 must be their area code.
Okay.
But you see the brim is a little bit more similar. Anyway, but we sometimes forget that like a good baseball game can end in a loss.
Yeah.
Like that was last night's game. We had the great debate on our couch of Chelsea and Cam are rooting against the Padres. We're rooting, Brayden and I are rooting for the Padres. But it's like, it was a really good game. Like there was some mistakes and not super well played and some of those, but that's what
a game.
Jackson Merrill after the game, he's like, yeah, we didn't win, but it was a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I
thought
that was, I know it's hard as fans to remember that you can lose and have it be a good game.
Almost more than half the time you lose.
Right.
You barely win more. Like that's a good season. You win, 60% of your games. That's a really good season.
Yeah.
So
anyway, I just saw it and I'm like, yeah, he's right. It was.
Yeah. From my way from downstairs, I watched to the extra innings. Then I went upstairs. By the time I brushed my teeth, laid down in bed, they were up by 2. I was like, ugh, I just turned it off. I just turned it off.
Oh, you didn't even watch it?
No, not the end.
Oh, okay.
No, I watched the replay, how they get those runs. Wandy Peralta just throwing up
the cookie.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many pitchers were they deep at that point? Whatever.
A lot. Yeah, I mean that's like their last line of defense there, and I mean he's probably maybe the worst in the ball.
I mean, I will get the Dodgers, just watching them hit compared to the Padres.
They battle.
They're just the level is. I was even looking at the box score or their stat scores at the bottom of like, OPS, RBIs. RBIs was a big one. Like a lot of them had significantly more RBIs.
Yeah.
And then you look at ours, Padres, you're like, we're lacking something here. A lot of tight games, a lot of wins, still doing good, but
it'll be the same when the Giants play them this weekend. So.
Yeah.
So it's they're a powerhouse. It's surprising that they haven't won more games in the last like 3 weeks. A lot of that is just, I think they showed a screen with the pitching, the guys on the injured list, the pitchers on the injured list. And it's like 20 guys.
Is Snell ever going to pitch?
Yeah,
and then they showed the list of everybody.
Yeah. I mean, like their frontline starters are on there too. So it's crazy.
Yep. Well, we got 5 out of the next 8 games with them, so should be fun.
And the Giants go and play the Rockies this week. So
all right,
we got to sweep them.
You guys can make a run.
It's more
here.
pressure than playing the Dodgers.
Well, we could just tag each other out, back and forth, and then you guys could just kind of win a few more and then be in first by the end of this all.
Yeah,
hopefully not. Hopefully not.
I hope you win tonight and tomorrow. And we win tonight and tomorrow, and we'll be in first and second place. It'll be great.
Nice. Let's do it. I'm into that. All right, let's hop into something new that's happening here in San Diego before we get into our staycations, because we just did a staycation in La Jolla. And I was trying to think the last time. We don't go to La Jolla a ton. Showing houses here and there.
Yeah.
We'll show some properties. We've gone on a few listing appointments down there. But actually like hanging out down there, it's like, even when I lived in PB, it was maybe go to Bird Rock, go to a few restaurants up there. I think the few times that I've actually hung out in La Jolla, it was 2 weddings. It's my cousin's wedding. Mm-hmm. We actually stayed down there somewhere. We were trying to figure out, because it wasn't that long ago. It was, I don't know, 8 years ago. We're like, was it that place? I don't know. Was it over here? I think it was here. And then for our other buddy's wedding at, what's that? La Valencia? Mm-hmm. No, that's not the name of the place.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so.
One of the big hotels down there. Anyways, it was down there. We didn't stay though, but I remember afterwards we went to the Spot, which is right across the road, a bar, hung out there. But other than that, it wasn't really. So anyways, that was our staycation over there. So we'll dive into all that because I checked off from
Yeah,
our
my bucket
previous
list. Yeah.
episodes, I checked off a bunch of Cassie's bucket list items.
No, you should have brought me instead of Julie.
You were there in spirit. I was like, "Oh, Cassie, we're checking this off for you." So, but
I'll still try to check it off.
okay, I'm bringing it up here on my old telephone. It brings us to Lake San Marcos.
Is the biggest staycation?
No, as a kind of local event slash. So in Apple phone, why is it not highlighting it as a
Link?
as a link? What's going on here? Do I have to copy this and paste it to somewhere else? What kind
Possibly.
of witchcraft is this, dude?
How long have you had that now and you're still running into issues?
Well, like in my old phone, it just did these things. Like you copy a website here. I put it on our podcast notes, and then I could just click in it, and it's like, oh, I'll open that page. And if I want to go back, I could just swipe back. I didn't have to go close that window. Dude, tons of problems here. But hey,
Sounds like you problems.
for the business, man. For the business. Okay. So the Lakehouse Resort, not only is it a staycation place, there's a bunch of stuff coming up this summer where they have holiday dining, live music, and more. So some of the things I didn't know before, just as like new things get out and about. I know San Diego, North County especially, is like wellness. So they have Wellness at the Lake, which is a monthly event. Join us for Wellness at the Lake, featuring workout classes, local fitness studios on our lakeside lawn. So right next to, I'm assuming what's the restaurant? Amalfi?
Amalfi, yeah.
Right there. Mm-hmm. Get moving with a 45 to 60 minute workout. And afterwards, toast your achievements with a complimentary cocktail.
Nice.
I mean, come on. You can't really beat that.
Calories out, calories in.
I earned this one. For most events, cool off poolside with a complimentary day pass to our resort pool and refuel with a discount at the resort restaurant. So it sounds like a good deal here. Mm-hmm. For specialty events, take the golf course or the range, get instructions, all that kind of stuff. They also have a Live at the Lake. This is the one I wanted to highlight. Now, one's already passed. It was June 21st. They had Hotel California. Obviously, Eagles cover band, I'm assuming.
May 21st, you mean?
No, June. Oh, wait, it's not June. Okay, it's
See,
not
still
past.
time.
Dang. All right, we're good, guys.
Wow,
There
you
is
fast
still
forward in a
time.
while.
You're like, wait, where are we? Live at the Lake. So throughout the summer months, they have different concerts throughout there. There's a few more I'll share with you in a sec, but Hotel California has been captivating audiences worldwide for over 3 decades with their authentic tribute to the Eagles, obviously. Mm-hmm. Did I see the Eagles live? I want to say I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah, down at Cricket, whatever it's called now. Sleep Train, Coors.
Yeah, whatever, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the one in Chula Vista. Yeah, I think I do remember. I think we went down there once. I mean, I've been down there before, but I think it was for an Eagles concert. All right. Legendary sound to fans across the globe. Their performance features iconic hits like Take It Easy and Desperado. I'm sure more than that. So they also have Live at the Lake, Journey USA.
Oh, that's cool.
Guess what cover band that is? I've seen Journey.
AC/DC.
Have you seen Journey live?
No.
Dude, back in college, we were very big Journey fans.
How can you not be?
Yeah, I don't know. It was hit after hit. It was not the original singer. What was that dude's name? I forgot, but there was his brother or something, which we found out at one of the concerts we went to, because we went to a handful of Journey concerts, probably down at Cricket. One was at Del Mar Fair, and my cousin and I, we had, bleacher seats up here. They were kind of, you're looking out at the track, so it wasn't in the...
It's on the side.
Yeah, it's on the side. It wasn't in the center area. It was in the grandstands. But we just kind of cruised down. We were young, dumb, whatever. Having a good time, snuck down in front row, dude, front of Journey. There's other stories I'll share with you in private about that. It was fun, but it was a good time. Journey USA, July 26th. So a premier tribute band dedicated to the faithfully recreated music of Journey with a focus on delivering the soaring vocals and anthemic. I've never even seen that word. Anthemic?
Yeah, I like
anthemic rock that defined Journey's sound. We also have Live at the Lake, Elton Dan, and the Rocket Band. And the front picture is obviously Elton Dan sitting at a piano, jamming out. Once again, I've seen Elton John live a few times. Down at Cricket. Where else? I think he plays, or recently played at Petco.
Oh, yeah.
I think he does his tribute or his farewell tour there every year. So I think he's in and out. But He was okay. I think the day we went, he was having some stomach issues, which
Announced?
he mentioned or somebody mentioned. Yeah, I remember we took a party bus down there, which is an awesome, great idea. Party bus cruising down, nobody has to worry about anything. Just hop on and off, back and forth. We were living in PB, so it wasn't like North County would be a little bit bigger of a trek, but yeah. So he didn't have the full Elton
Pizzazz.
John energy. But still, I mean,
Just use it as an excuse. Like, not feeling well today. You guys are probably getting 50% of my show.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we had an encore, but
Jeez.
anyways, led by Elton Dan's magical piano playing and engaging stage presence, the band has performed across 19 states and even had a sold out show at the Wynn Palace Resort in Macau, China.
Wow. That's
Pretty
impressive.
good. I mean, that's a big act, right? It's a
Yeah.
big act to pull for the lake.
Yeah.
They also have Vine to Table, wine dinner at Brickman's and Orphelia Winery, July 17th. So Brickman's is the not recently, I guess it's been like that for a little bit, but rebranded the restaurant right there in front of the driving range, kind of that it's got half
okay.
indoor, like the
at
patio
Okay, got it.
bar right there.
Got it.
6 to 9, from the cellar to the kitchen. Join us on July 17th for an unforgettable evening where expertly crafted cuisine meets the finest wines of Orphelia, which is, they're local somewhere. Are they Temecula?
Or Escondido.
Maybe Escondido? Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're Escondido. We should do a wine episode. That'd be fun. Drink some vino. We need to do a beer episode. Wine. Dude, we got a lot to do here. We got to bring the people. We got a lot of episodes coming up, kids.
Yeah. We'll do the work.
We'll do the work, yes. From the vibrant summer produce to the rich, indulgent flavors, each pairing it is designed to highlight the artistry behind both kitchen and the cellar. So that is on July 17th. They also have a Mother's Day brunch. That one's passed, May 11th. So
Yeah, that did
that you
happen.
guys, I knew there was one that was on here that was passed. So that was missed. And the 4th of July Carnival from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on actual 4th of July. What day is the 4th of July this year?
Like
Do
a
we know?
Wednesday or Thursday. It's like right in the middle of the week.
Friday.
Oh, it's Friday.
We got a Friday. Kids, this is awesome. Isn't it fun when it's a Friday? Everybody's kind of like,
you get the day off and get the whole rest of the weekend to recover.
yeah, we need to come up. That's in one of our future, maybe next week, I think, because I'll be gone the following week. Maybe next week we'll do a kind of best places for fireworks, because I just saw when we were down in La Jolla, they're doing a drone show.
Oh, that's cool.
So instead of fireworks. So I've seen online stuff like that. Looks pretty sick.
Yeah, it does.
So 4th of July Carnival, obviously on 4th of July. This is a cool one too. July 12th, Glow Golf from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Nighttime driving range experience. Light it up your night with a one-of-a-kind glow experience at the links. Reserve a private bay for you and your crew, up to 6 people, and enjoy an electrified evening of swings under the stars. Glow Golf is lighting up the links at Lakehouse for 2 nights only this summer, June 28th, July 12th, $60 per bay rental, up to 6 players per bay. So does that mean
Plus
like $10 per person?
Yeah.
If you have 6,
I wonder if there's extra.
50-minute time slots. Bring your crew, grab a
50
drink,
minutes.
and get ready to play under the stars with our glowing putt-putt style experience. The
cool.
picture looks fun. Glowing balls.
50 minutes is kind of a short
Yeah,
time
I
for
think you'd probably get like a
two.
book a 2-rounder.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
All right.
I
gotta
played
take our
glow
own
golf
advice.
once.
Where was that at?
I think it was at. It was a long time ago. It might have been at the inn Rancho Bernardo Inn.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I was probably 15 years old or something like that. But you literally use a golf ball that has a glow stick in the middle of it, and there's glow sticks on the pin. The moon was kind of out, so like you could see
Wasn't
just driving
pitch
around.
black,
But you're
yeah.
you're in your golf cart, and it was rad. It was so much fun.
Is there any markers kind of on the border, or is just like there's the pin here's you, good luck?
I think that was it.
All
And then you could see your ball
Yeah,
pretty easily.
pretty easy to find.
Yeah. Yep.
Even if it's in the bush, go
Yeah.
charge through
Couldn't hit the ball very
poison
hard
oak.
though, because it had literally had a hole in the middle of it where they put the.
They did actually put.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, because I know they have new ones that are actually like glow, like they
Like you
turn
put
on
them
and
in-
off kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, that'd probably be better.
This one doesn't look. It looks like it's just at the driving range. You're like hitting targets and stuff. So I don't know if you're actually going out to golf,
Yeah. No, that's what it's. Yeah, you're right.
but
Interesting.
sounds
Cool.
fun.
Yeah, it does.
So a lot of events. The lakehouseresort.com. Go check it out. Up in San Marcos, guys. If you haven't been up there, that was our go-to golf course. We need a golf episode too. I just thought of that one. Our go-to golf course growing up. So super fun. All right. Now let's hop into staycations. So I'll give you the rundown on mine, and then I want to hear kind of some that you guys are thinking about kicking out there. And then we have a list of a few others because there's some cool stuff around here where you got your standards, right?
Yeah.
But I got a few, let's say, kind of out of the box where they're somewhere between camping, glamping, staycations. So there's a few
How
of those.
far out can we go? Like staycation have to be San Diego County?
Let's say driving distance.
Okay.
Like, you know.
How about
'Cause
a
one of
short
the-
drive?
Yeah, you could do a short drive. Yeah. Well, I'll share the whole story when we get back because we're going up to family camp
Mm-hmm.
in 2 weeks or so, whatever. But it's up in Sequoia National Forest.
See, that's a hike. That's a drive.
Yeah. And then I just looked it up this morning for this episode, and it's more of a road trip kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not really a staycation, but I'll give you the full rundown on that full week. It'll be fun. I'm excited for that one. But anyways, yeah, I think it was 6-ish hours. But yeah, you could do like Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Always a good staycation. You know, that's like, let's cap it at that sort of distance.
Yeah, no, I think that's right.
Big Bear, those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We won't ruin them all. All right. La Jolla. So La Jolla was fun. First showed up down there, got some lunch. We went to actually somewhere that's up here in Leucadia as well, Market Space.
Oh, yeah.
It's that new
Co-op.
building.
Co-op.
Yeah, they have like wine, beer. It's like a market as well,
Mm-hmm.
plus like little food items down there. I'm sure, I guess they're probably the same, you know, full kind of brunch, lunch-ish menu.
Mm-hmm.
But cool vibe. I was surprised because first off, going into La Jolla Shores, I wasn't expecting like the whole parking situation and like how busy it would be on a overcast day here in June.
Yeah.
It's getting nice.
It was a
out
Saturday,
there,
though, right?
Yeah, it was a Saturday.
Yeah.
Kind of that first weekend. There was we ran into a bunch of people from Delaware actually, so they must be out of school
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
One of our crew in our kayaking thing was Delaware. Saw a guy the next day breakfast at a Delaware State. Is that a school?
I don't know.
Something. A Delaware sweatshirt on. Hi, we're from Delaware. Is that a Wayne's World shout out? Like,
I don't know. Is it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think he's going through and he's like, hi, we're from Delaware. And that was the whole thing. Like, nothing to say about it. But anyways, Market Space, pretty cool little spot. If you're up in North County too, there's one in Leucadia. This one was a little bigger, but anyways, good food. I mean, it was solid. Whatever. Cruise there. Then we went down to kayaks, and I didn't do much research. So if anybody's doing the kayak tour down there, Cassidy, if you end up doing it one day, you're gonna get a little wet.
Yeah. I mean, that's ocean kayaks, so kind of assume.
I did not. You're gonna look like a nerd wearing your life vest and your wetsuit and your helmet, walking down whatever the
But you
main
have to
road
wear a
in La
helmet
Jolla.
because you go in the caves.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, is that why? 'Cause
Yeah,
actually,
you
some
don't
of
have
the
to wear 'em
some of
otherwise.
the tours were not wearing them.
No.
So, anyways, looking like total nerds out there. But I right when we walked into the place, it was at Everyday California, which they have like a brand here. You go follow them on Instagram. So they have like cool hats, and you know, that's actually I got a new running hat, not from them, but I was looking at their place for it. But just kind of like a brand of, I thought it was just a brand, but then they do tours and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So they do kayaking, they do the snorkeling, that kind of thing. Anyways, right when we walked in, there was a group, get there half hour before, and I hear the guy talking to there's a few people in line, and he's like, all right, guys, you're going to get a little wet. You know, definitely you're going in here. I would assume all the way up to like probably your hips. And Julie looks at me, and I go, I don't think that's for us. That's for a different tour. And let those people clear out. And she goes, was that for the kayak tour? He's like, yeah. He's like, because she just has leggings on, nothing. I just have my shorts on. I brought trunks in the car too, but I was like, I don't need them for this. Yeah, we'll be good.
Yeah.
We were walking in, our ankle deep. Anyways, she had to rent a wetsuit. I was like, whatever, my shorts.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I didn't want to do the whole wetsuit thing. I was kind of cozy in I didn't have a sweater on, but like a light sweatshirt on. So I was like, yeah, we'll be good. And then the waves were pretty mellow that day. So they push you out. I don't know how they do it on a big day. Like,
I think you just don't go.
I guess so. Cause it was, when you're out there, it was a little bit seasicky, you know, there's some
Surgy.
swell coming through,
Yep.
but at La Jolla Shores, there was nothing. And he was kind of explaining kind of how that's how a lot of that area is set up. That's like the canyons down there or whatever. That's like the cove protects a lot of it and whatever. But yeah, no, right when you go in, it's just your ankles. So you hop in. It's like, oh, I'm going to be fine. And then the first wave, it's tiny wave, 1 foot, but splash over. All right, I'm wet. And then every time you paddle, it's like
tripping down.
Push it up there. So I'm going to recommend wear the right gear, potentially rent a wetsuit, but be prepared.
Yeah.
She's like, you didn't do any research on here. I was like, no, I knew this brand. I saw them online, and then I looked up kayaking, and they were the first ones. And I was like, oh, cool. They have time slots. Let's book it. Super easy. They're like, sign this waiver.
Everything else out later.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you're here for an adventure. And she's dreading it at this point. She's like, I told her, yeah, we're just going to go out and paddle around. She thought just like, along the shore, which, I mean, it is along the shore, but you
go out a ways.
You go out quite a ways. Yeah. Definitely further than she's ever been in the ocean. So she was already hating it before we got in the water. She had to wear a wetsuit and, somebody else's pee and all that stuff in there. Walk through town, like go down there. And anyways, they push you out, kind of do the whole thing. Went down. He's telling you stories about the state fish, right?
Yeah. The goldfish.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Garibaldi.
Garibaldi. See, I knew it from you. But we were too far back. I told Julie. I said, Garibaldi. Nobody's going to get this one. It was a trivia question. And he was telling us how like they're very protective about their space. And so like they're very particular about how they build their little nest. And so like if you swim by them, they're literally come attack you. Yeah. He said he got attacked once. But then there was something else. He said he got attacked.
Attack is also like, it's not a dangerous fish.
Yeah, but it's have something swim at you fast. It's frightening.
Yeah. Well, like parrotfish are similar. Like I don't remember where we were, but somewhere in maybe Malaysia or somewhere in tropical waters. And these parrotfish were so protective of their nests. And parrotfish have
they have
beaks.
Teeth. Yeah.
Them coming at you is a little scary. Something about a goldfish coming at you is not frightening.
Yeah, I see. I don't know what they look like. I'm picturing the ones that you're talking about because I've seen those online or on Discovery or whatever. So they're not like that. They're just little.
They're just like round, little
cute little guys.
Yeah. I mean, they're big. They're big. They're size of a basketball, but
all right.
They're not. They're round,
yeah,
like a basketball.
Yeah.
They're just not scary.
All right. He said he was frightened, but so we cruised down. Then you go into the sandcastle house that's for sale right now.
Yeah.
What was the price on that? Do we know? 90 mil, 100 mil, something like that.
Something crazy. Yeah.
Something wild. And it's I don't know if you guys are interested in $100 million house, hit us up. But yeah, okay. Looking at the Garibaldi.
Not very intimidating.
I don't know. Coming fast at you. That guy's not. The first guy looked a little more intimidating. He looked a little bigger. He had like a bigger forehead. He'd get you.
That's funny.
But yeah, so you go by that house down there. Just huge house, obviously on the hill.
Yeah.
Huge waterfront. That's probably like two lots wide. But right in front of that is where they started telling us about the leopard sharks and this and that. And we're pretty far out. We're probably 100, 150 yards out or something like that. Yeah, probably 100 yards out at this time. And they're like, yeah, we're in 5-6 foot of water. It's like, oh, wow. I didn't know it was that shallow going that far out, right? Because he's like, sometimes at the deepest part, it might have been when we got out to like the buoys and stuff. He's like, yeah, it gets 30 feet deep, that kind of thing. But yeah, it wasn't bad. But we did see some leopard sharks, but it wasn't, walking into the water and like checking them out. It was kind of like, oh, there's a shadow. Oh, there's another shadow. We're like, okay, that was cool.
Yeah.
So we saw 5 or 6, but I
pretty
don't know.
cool.
Yeah, I want to see them.
See, that's a
up
little
close
more
and personal.
intimidating than a Garibaldi.
Yeah, they were actually bigger than I expected. But anyways, we're going to the caves down there, and it's just literally like, I think we were in a cavern, he called it, because it has 2 sides, so you can get in on one side and through. Yeah. But he hops out of his canoe or his kayak and pulls you through, and then pulls you back out. And luckily, like I said, there was some swell at certain points, but not much. So we're getting a little ups and downs. I felt a little when I got out of the water, but coming out of the cave, if it's too big, you're not going in there anyways.
Yeah.
But you could see the wave kind of popping up out there, and just the power, you're just going through a small space, right? And so it's just like, luckily he's holding on to us and pushing us around. We're just paddling, but yeah, it was, and there's other groups in there too. And it's just like this little tiny little space. Like, I don't know. So it was fun. Anyways, get back, go the whole route back, passed over a fault line. He said there's a fault line right under it. And then if you follow it back up this hill, there's a house built on the fault line. Somebody's like, that's a good idea. So the next day I ran over a bridge, which is like right over this little canyon to look at the house. And yeah, you're like standing over the fault line. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Anyway, so kayak tour actually from her hating it before we got in. She's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. It was kind of fun. You get a workout in, right? You get to cruise around. You guys have kayaked before, right?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, we love it.
Ocean or?
Yeah, we've done ocean. The boys, it's like one of their go-tos, like when we're in Hawaii or there's a kayak tour we've wanted to do there for a while and just haven't because the boys haven't been old enough, but they're definitely there now, like where they could actually help and paddle.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we love it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was I want to say I've kayaked before. I had to have kayaked before somewhere. I've been in a kayak.
Yeah.
I don't think in the ocean though. So, but it was fun. It was a good time. It's supposed to be 90 minutes. It was like it was like hour 45. He's still telling stories at the end. I'm like, all right, let's just go, dude. I just wanted to get to the hotel and start chilling. And we'd been working for like 2 hours at this, or, hour and a half. I'm like, get me back in. So anyways, we went back in. We stayed at Grand Colonial, which I know you stayed there. It's a cool spot, old hotel. We walk in, go upstairs. It starts on the second floor. We went up 2 flights. We're on the 4th. I was like, wait, we're already on the 4th? Go across, then go back downstairs. And we're still on the 4th. I was like, what is going on here? Anyways, got a cool room looking over. Like we could see the children's pool down there with the seals and sea lions. Sea lions, seals.
Yep.
What's the difference here? He told us the difference out there, but I wasn't listening.
Have ears.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So seal.
There's something to do with their
sea lions
too.
They're sea lions down
They're
there.
sea lions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are seals around here?
You see harbor seals and stuff every now and then, but there's not as many of them. Sea lions is the ones you see the majority of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. Like when we were open Oceanside, remember we saw those? Those are sea lions.
Okay. The loud ones?
I think seals can be loud too.
But
there's seals. I mean, seals are like the cute and cuddly, where sea lions are like kind of bigger. Like,
they'll fight you.
Yeah. Although there's some scary seals.
There was one mean mugging me on the next day. I was running and he was with his girl or whatever down on this rock, and he heard me coming on the trail. I'm 10 feet above him, but right when I got into sound range, he like whipped his head back like with his mustache and just like
this mustache,
just like staring at me the whole way across. And it was like, what, dude, leave me alone, man. Anyway, stayed at Grand Colonial. Awesome spot. Right downstairs is 910 restaurant. I guess it's Michelin star. I was going to look up, what does Michelin even mean? That was one of my questions. So we'll maybe cover that on another
organization.
Yeah.
But
I know, I mean, it originally
restaurants.
is from like the Michelin Tire Company. Like there's some connection to there. How they get into the restaurant game. I'm sure there's a full documentary on it, but
Probably.
yeah, it's not Michelin rated. It's like on the Michelin list.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a solid restaurant. It's been
good.
there for a long time. It's kind of food was great. Ambiance, kind of weird. Well, it's just like, you're like in I kind of like a restaurant that has cool decor and, it's like kind of like an experience. This is just like a hotel bar. And then there's like tables set up around. You're like, huh.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Not a ton of space there.
Yeah. I think it's just they're fitting into the space that they had there. But the food was delicious. I guess the chef, we were talking to our waiter, and the chef has been there. I think he said he's a Jamaican dude, and he's been there for 21 years. So one of his specialties was the Jamaican jerk chicken. Mm-hmm. So we ended up getting that. We got like this really good hamachi meal. I don't even know just fresh fish is always good in general, but they had some sort of sauce on there, which is super tasty. Even the bread had the super soft butter, nice and salty, tasty. And then, are you familiar with cacio e pepe?
No.
So it's like a very simple dish. This one was a little bit, Julie's here. Hi, Julie. Was a little bit more intricate, but like Anthony Bourdain said when he used to do a show was one of his top meals. And it's basically just a pasta with like Parmesan cheese and pepper. Mm-hmm. It's very simple. Yeah. This one, like it was a little more going on, but super good too. That was just on I just wanted to go down all the appetizers look solid. So I just wanted to kind of make my way through there, but we were like, we probably should get an entree. Really nice bottle of wine. So good time. everybody there was super good too. So if you're looking for a good spot down there, well worth it. There was it must have been prom or something going on, because there's a whole table next to us and they were a bunch of kids dressed up. Yeah, is prom around this time?
Yeah,
right.
Or graduation. Like some schools have already finished.
Yeah, they looked a little fancier than graduation.
Okay, yeah, maybe prom.
But they were all ordering. Everybody on that table had the burger, because it was like
the cheapest thing.
It's still $29, but that's you gotta pinch pennies when you're in high school, right? You can't get the $45 jerk chicken. You got to get the
that's right
$29 burger. But anyways, super good spot. I went there. I had a drink there and a drink after, so I was well in tune with that. The bar there, good spot. And then the last spot we went was, there's this place called B-Side. I don't even know. It's called B-Side something. Mm-hmm. It's like a little restaurant, but you go up the stairs right across on the main road. You go upstairs and it's like the restaurant, but nobody's in there. But in the back, used to be called a speakeasy. But I was like, I tried to get you still have to book it online. I was like, do you guys have a speakeasy, or is a speakeasy? She's like, no, it's a lounge now. So it's a lounge. Can't call it a speakeasy. So nobody in the restaurant, but the speakeasy was packed,
Yeah.
Packed. It was probably the size of this room. It wasn't that big. So there's probably 15, 20 people in there.
Some rule against speakeasy?
Yeah, I don't know. She was very adamant. She's like, no, it's not a speakeasy. It's a lounge now. I said, okay. Is it open? She's like, yeah, come on. Got really good drinks down there. And super cool vibe. It's kind of like you're in La Jolla, but there's no windows. Mm-hmm. They had a DJ set up. There was no DJ DJing. But it was the goes in theme with B-Side. It's like honey based drinks and stuff. So mine was like mezcal, actually. Tastes like a
smoky tequila.
Yeah, it's a smoky tequila, but it didn't taste like that. It was good, super good. And like I said, cool vibe back there too. And then we went home. So anyways, great staycation down there. I went for a run in the morning just to kind of, I just liked seeing. I actually saw there's a surf spot down there, which I never knew. Just south of Children's Pool. And I think I've seen it before when it gets huge. That's one of the areas that you'll see like people, for some reason, it holds a really big size down there. But I never knew where it was. It was kind of right there. And some of the shots, it's actually a little bit south of that, but you could see like that little balcony thing going out, right? The little walkway. And then behind that is like this huge wave coming. So no waves, no big waves when we were there. But anyways, that's good spot for a staycation.
Agreed.
Everything's walkable, cool to explore, especially if you're not living down there. If you're in North County, San Diego, East County, cruise on down there. And Grand Colonial for, like, I looked at La Valencia, looked at a few other hotels down there. La Valencia is very expensive.
Yeah.
Still older too. Like, they had a cool bar in there. We hung out at the bar for my buddy's wedding. But then the other places are, some of the just run down and, they're still in La Jolla, but it's like, I don't know. I think Grand Colonial was the way to go.
Yeah, I think it's a winner. It's, somewhat affordable, right in the heart of things. So, like, walking to dinners and walking to breakfast the next morning and all that is easy.
Yep.
So, like, we went to, I think when we stayed with the boys, we went to Richard Walker's Pancake,
That's
whatever,
like
is
right
there,
yeah.
right across the street. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great spot. I think we went to Chelsea and I, when we did just the two of us and stayed there, we went to George's, which is one of the most famous restaurants in San Diego. Really good food.
George's at the Cove.
Yep.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just, I think so.
Yeah. That's the next morning we got our car. That's another thing about Grand Colonial. It's free valet parking.
That's nuts.
Free snacks in the room. Like, they got chips and peanuts, waters, coffee. That was all the snacks. But there was some, free Wi-Fi, whatever. Everybody should have that.
Yeah.
But a few other things too. So it was like, oh, cool. I dig it.
Yeah.
But anyways,
where parking can be like $60.
Yeah.
Like La Valencia, I guarantee it's not
for
free.
sure.
Yeah.
There was, right when we valet done, we're getting out and we're going to breakfast. And I Googled it. It was called Brick and Bell. It's right up the road. But it's literally like, we drive up right next to Richard Walker. There's an alleyway. Go through there. It was right on the corner. Had to go back around and park about halfway down this block. So it was we drove further and walked further than just staying at our hotel and walking up there.
That's funny.
But we didn't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Brickabell, good little spot too.
Oh, to add to that staycation too, you could always see what's going on at the Laugh Factory too.
Comedy Store.
I mean, Comedy Store, Laugh Factory.
Yeah, that was on the list.
Store.
That was like, do we want to go see a 7:00 show or a 9:30 show? If we did see something, and 7:00 was the go-to, but then I already had dinner at 6:30. By 9:30, it was like bedtime.
Yeah, seriously.
9:30 show.
It's crazy.
Equally. Yeah, so we did not do that. But yeah, that was it. Almost, I mean, you could walk there as well.
Yeah.
It's right up the road.
Yeah.
Just weird. Like one of the biggest comedy venues in San Diego is just in the heart of La Jolla.
Yeah. It is odd.
Mhm.
And it's been there forever.
Yeah.
So I've only been there once.
I've been there, yeah, maybe less than a handful of times.
Yeah.
I think once our buddy was getting into comedy, so we went a handful of times to go see him.
Mm-hmm.
We were his whole crowd, but
Yeah. Still doing it now.
I don't think so. No. He gave it a run. But yeah, La Jolla, great staycation. Where are some that you guys are looking at? And then I got a few lists.
La Jolla would be on the list. That's one of them.
Shores?
For us, no,
Village.
probably the same thing. Yeah, probably Village. Just one that we've enjoyed in the past, but another one. The debate is kids or sans kids.
Go Sands.
So like, so like, yeah, without kids, maybe back down to Shelter Island. So we got married at the Kona Kai, which is at the very end of Shelter Island. That's always a really fun one. It's right on the harbor. Harbor's on the other side of the road, and then you're right on like a little marina. So cool views, really cool location. They have a cool restaurant there also. Pool.
Is that Bally High down there?
Bally High's on the other side of Shelter
Okay,
Island.
you're on the other side.
Yeah.
You're on the south side?
Or west side, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's
Yeah.
southwest.
Southwest, yeah. Yeah, at the very end. So that's always a fun one. Good memories and all that stuff too. So,
Yeah, I'm just looking at Shelter. I get confused with all the islands that aren't really islands.
well, Harbor Island's right across the street from the airport. That's how I remember that one. And then Shelter is through Point Loma.
Huh.
So off Rosecrans. All the way down. Feels like you're on Rosecrans for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's always a really, really fun one.
Tom Ham's lighthouse on Harbor Island.
Mm-hmm.
It's not busy right now. It
No.
says.
The harbor has all the Island Prime and all that too.
Oh yeah. That's the ones
Yeah.
we were talking. Okay,
Yep.
got it. And then there's like Fiesta Island.
Yeah. That's Mission Bay.
That's Mission Bay.
Yep.
There's another island over there.
Coronado Island. which is not
Vacation
an
Island.
Oh, Vacation Island. Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Isn't that the one with
It's like right in the middle.
with the big hotel in it?
Paradise Point.
Paradise Point. Yeah.
Good staycation spot.
Yeah.
It's the one that we were looking into. Not for this one, but with kids.
Yeah. Yeah. They have a really cool pool and you're on the bay. Most of the hotel rooms and stuff are a 2-minute walk to the bay.
Yeah.
Cool restaurant there too. That we've been to. I think that's where our prom was back in the day.
You guys went all the way down there?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know why, but it was rad. I mean, it was really cool because they had, I don't know if you still can go in it, but they used to have that giant tower you could walk up. So it was just a cool thing to do like during prom or after, before, whatever it was.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know where ours was. I think it was closer than that though.
I know ours was a ways, but made for a good limo trip.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
You're going to rent a limo for 4 hours anyways. You might as well drive in it.
Yeah.
So
I think ours was in Rancho Bernardo or something. Just remember like a golf course maybe.
it was at the end.
Who knows? I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, so that one's a really cool. That was like our go-to is when I was a kid was Paradise Point.
Yeah.
Used to be called Vacation Village.
Oh,
So
okay. I didn't know it was called Vacation Island.
I didn't either.
Vacation Isle. That's just
Would make sense.
that's what's popping up on Google because it's called something else. I know there's a different name for it. Do you ever go to the model yacht pond down there?
No.
There's that little pond in the middle. It's like
Oh yeah.
just to the south.
Yeah.
Looks like you could put in like little
Boats.
remote control boats and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So that's one of our go-tos. Obviously, Palm Desert is one that we do quite a lot. So it's so easy from here to get out there, and we've found a handful of places we like to stay. Like JW Marriott's the easiest, like super easy hotel. Pool's great. It's a little bit like a club, so it's a little better without kids.
Yeah.
Like the pool area usually has a DJ on weekends and all that. but some of the other ones have been awesome too. I'm trying to think of there's these condos we stay out there.
Out in Palm Desert.
Yeah. But now I can't remember the name of them. But there's some really cool resorts that are really kid friendly, but there's also,
Yeah, I think last time we did do a hotel, but we've done the Airbnb a lot too. That's easy way to go
yeah.
with a pool.
Yeah.
Dead of summer is like
a pool with like cold water and not.
Yeah, ours pool was lukewarm, but it was still nice. It was like it'd get half sun, half shade, so you'd be okay. But dead of summer, it's about. Actually, when we were out there, I want to say it got to 120 something degrees.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was hot. But you get better deals out there then.
Yeah.
Better golf deals, better Airbnb deals. And I like the heat, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at. I know I can find the resort right here, but now it's not saying the name of the water slide and the name of the grill and the bar. Oh, here we go. The Weston Desert Willow Villas is the one we've stayed at. In Palm Desert. Awesome. Has a golf course, a lot of pools, like a pool for each little area. Couple of pools have water slides. The main bar and grill is tasty and has good drinks. They have cabanas that aren't outrageously expensive. So like we've stayed there with friends a couple times and gotten to just grab a cabana, stay in the shade. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Good times.
Shade's important out there.
Yeah. Kid activities too. So like they have like this whole area where they have limbo and make your own tie-dye shirts, and I can't think of anything past those two. Popsicles, all that kind of stuff. So
a lot of popsicles.
I
remember that at the hotel.
Yeah. So anyway, those are they have full kitchens too. So like we'd staying out there with a couple other families. We'd make dinner at home. We'd tri-tip one night and just hung out, and it was rad.
I think I need to make some tri-tip soon.
We just did the other day. It was great.
Sounds good. Right about now, getting into the end of June, middle of June, get some nice days like this. Throw a little tri-tip on the bobby.
Yeah.
All right, I'm into that.
I'm trying to think of any other go-tos. Obviously, Omni is a great one in La Costa. It's not, everybody kind of assumes it's really expensive. It's really not that outrageous. The pool gets packed.
Yeah.
It's like the only negative is it gets really crowded, especially during the summer.
So it's not too pricey. It's pricey, but not.
Yeah, but it's not
like Aviara.
No, not like La Valencia.
Valencia.
Yeah, like when we've stayed, and it is a little bit older. That's part of the reason it's not outrageously expensive. Like the units aren't great.
Yeah.
They're not brand new and dialed in. I can imagine if they do a giant remodel, they'll be up to like, $800 or $900 a night. But they're not there now.
Not quite there.
Yeah.
Not like Alila Marea.
Right. Exactly.
No, I was looking at Aviara because just kind of looking at other staycation places when I was checking this out. And I think, it's probably $900 to $1,000 a night, but look cool. You have the, pool with the kids slides and stuff, but you could just do it at Omni for the same.
Yeah.
Or for half the price.
For half the price. Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's a good one.
Omni, I think the reason it gets so packed is they have like the memberships and stuff. So you have a lot of people that come, like every time we go, I run into people that I know that aren't actually staying there, but they have some.
You can do day passes as well.
And day passes too.
Yeah. I know the wife did a day pass for her birthday. So went out, hung out at the spa.
Yeah.
Didn't go to the pool because it wasn't nice out. But you get a day pass and just kind of chill out there too.
Yeah. So I think that's why it tends to be pretty crowded.
Yeah.
But
I think you could do day passes. I think they did last summer or 2 summers ago, maybe, day passes at Aviara as well.
Oh, really?
I think
like
so.
a resort pass?
Yeah, like a resort pass.
Yeah.
I did see, I think we brought it up a few weekends ago or a few weeks ago. The new hotel in Chula Vista, Gaylord Pacific.
I think that's
something
right.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but they said their day passes were like $12 or $15.
Oh, wow.
You think that's like
Are they just trying to get people there?
It's got to be. We got to look it up. But I saw it on Instagram, and then quickly scrolled to something else. But that's like basically free. Go use that whole brand new facility. They have like water park ish, lazy river, a few pools, a few bars, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be fun. Just hit a day there.
I'm looking to see.
And maybe it was like a midweek, 1 day promotion, something like that. But it's got to be more than that. Or else that place will be packed.
Pulling it up right now. We'll see.
We'll have to report back on that one.
Yeah.
All right, a few other spots that are somewhat new, I guess. Somewhere cool to stay up in North County, San Diego is either the Seabird or the Mission Pacific. Is it Mission Pacific or the Mission Oceanside?
I think Mission Pacific also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those brand new hotels, killer views. They do have rooftop, if not bars, restaurants, a pool at least Seabird. And I think it's just a cool vibe down there
Yeah.
where you get to be at like a cool hotel in the middle of Oceanside and then go explore, go to Craft Coast, go to that new pizza spot, Odie's, that we were talking about a few weeks ago, the donut spot. Like, I mean, I guess it's just all restaurants and stuff. And then you have the beach. I did read somewhere that the pier is going to take about 2 years to rebuild or before they have it rebuilt. So that's going to be shut off for a while. The end of the pier.
The whole thing?
The end.
Okay.
Ruby,
At some point,
Rudy's,
I'm assuming they have to close the
Ruby's.
whole thing
Yeah,
just for work,
maybe.
having vehicles drive out it or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that would be probably not a kid staycation.
Probably not. I think there's enough like rooftop bars to hit and all that.
Yeah. Go head over to Copacabana,
Yeah.
another rooftop bar. Get some oysters downstairs. I think there's Frankie's down there. I don't know. The name changed a few times. So last time I went down there, I think we were filming or something, and I'd mentioned the oyster bar. I think it was Oyster Q&A, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look like it was open, but right next door there's another spot, like a steakhouse that's open. Anyways, when you guys go on your staycation, explore down there. Go check it out.
Yeah.
And then all the normal bars that are down there, right? All the OGs.
Yeah.
They've been
All the
down there
breweries
forever.
and stuff too.
A lot of breweries.
Yeah.
Kilowatt.
Yeah.
Go check out the speakeasy there.
Donuts the next morning.
Yep.
Got the cool donut spot right there too.
Hit up some donuts. What about the, do you ever staycation or thought of it out at the casinos?
Have not. I've heard good things. Like the morning show I listened to on 105.3, they seem to be out there quite a bit. Probably a sponsor or something. But it sounds really cool. There's one though that's like not kid friendly at all. Like maybe no kids allowed. I don't know which one that is though.
I would not bring the children to.
It's probably good anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because I'm kind of kicking around the idea maybe go out there for a night for my birthday, like October. But I also want to golf. I'm just trying to find which one has golf. I thought it was Sequan, but did they have golf?
Maybe. Doesn't Saquon own Singing Hills now? Isn't that maybe? But it's not at the. It's actually not at the actual casino itself.
It's got to be super close, right?
I mean, it's probably like 15 minutes. Drive.
Sequan Resort and Casino. Casinos with golf. No. Park Hyatt. No. Harrah's? Does Harrah's have it?
Maybe Verona? Is that still a
Paula?
thing?
We're just going to say all of them.
Looks like Verona Creek Golf Club.
Okay. I golfed at one. I swear it was Sequan.
Yeah, maybe they do.
No, it doesn't look like anything's around there. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Singing Hills Club at Sequan.
Yeah, but it's not at the.
No.
No, it's a drive.
Okay, so I must have been there.
That's where I grew up. That's where my grandparents were members for years. Where was it? Singing Hills. But it had nothing to do with Saquon back then.
Yeah, so they just must have bought it out.
Yep.
How close is that, though? I'm just
15
trying to
or 20
scroll on the
minutes?
map, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm probably not going to go there. I want to go to one like that's
At the golf course.
at the golf
Yeah.
course. So I don't know, something like that. Get a little gambling in. Always fun.
Yeah.
Don't have to do the whole Vegas thing where you're out kind of all night. Just
Yeah.
maybe hit a few tables here and there. Go get some dinner. I'm sure all these
Yeah,
places.
Sequan-
I haven't like stayed at any of these places for quite a long time, right?
Yeah. The Saquon restaurants are supposed to be really good. I think one's black. Is it Black and Blue or something like that? It's supposed to be incredible.
It must. Did you say they're sponsored, the Padres,
Or
or they used to be?
the morning show.
Morning show.
Yeah. They, I think, is one of their, because they go there for like events and,
I just remember when you said Black and Blue. I remember it was during Padres games or doing something like that where they were sponsoring like a lot of they were buying a lot of radio ads,
yeah.
and it must have been it could have been Saquon.
Yeah. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's a different
But
one.
hit us up if you guys know anything else out there that has
Oh, sorry. That's Valley View.
Valley View.
It's black and blue.
Okay.
Do they have a golf course? No, it doesn't look like it.
No, they have, I mean, down the road, Valley Center. It used to be, just got rebranded like a year and a half ago. Starts with a W. Willowwood? Mount Woodson? No, that was a different one.
No. I know what you're talking about.
Come on, get it.
I don't know.
Before we sign off, you have to get it.
No, I don't know. They have like the Disney resort right there too, off of 15 in Escondido.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it quick enough.
Valley View Hotel and Casino. Who knows? Cassie's going to find it for us.
Yeah,
but here's a few that that I was going to bring up that are somewhere between camping and staycations. There are actually some where you could rent like basically. Okay, so here's one that I found a while back. You guys have probably heard of it, but Hipcamp. Have you heard of Hipcamp?
Sounds familiar.
So Hipcamp, it's like a Airbnb for camping / glamping spots. So if you go to their site, everywhere you want to camp, but it's a lot of times it is, so you get tent sites, RV sites, lodging, depending on what you want to get into. But it's basically like private campsites, or somebody has an RV on their property, or they built like a cool little yurt. They have like a few acres. Like there's a lot out on Fallbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see nearby. I'm just going to put in a few dates. Let's just put in 2 adults and 2 children. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So like this one is up in Fallbrook. This is called Split Rock Farm and Retreat. It's got a 96% rating. Pretty good. They have 101 acres. There's 2 lodging sites, 27 RV / tent sites, and then 2 tent sites. They're ranked as best glamping first place in 2023. Great for groups, amazing views, family friendly. Here's their about page. About Split Rock Farm and Retreat, far away, close to home. You go to splitrock.camp. You go to their Instagram page, but it was started in January 2021. Good timing. I mean, that's when everybody was looking for stuff to do. After a global search of places to set roots, live off the land, and create an amazing place for recreation, relaxation, and rejuvenation. As part of a 160-acre avocado farm that prospered from 1970 to 2017. It generated over 1 million pounds of avocados. But it's just this cool spot out in Fallbrook. And this one has like multiple different options.
It's cool.
Trying to think. Just trying to bring up the pictures, but it's not letting me right now. But it looks awesome.
Nice.
So they have stuff like that. Then they have like this one is just like a Magical Harrison Serenity Ranch, 17 sites. They have a bunch of sites out there. SoCal Campground, 10 sites. And then they have these ones this one's called Rancho Relaxo in Escondido. It's one site. And it's like this little kind of like, it's like a home on a trailer. Not a mobile home, though.
Yeah.
It's like a shed that somebody built, basically. But anyways, they have it, set up on their property somewhere. So anyways, they have a bunch of other cool ones, too, all around. So you'll see a lot of Fallbrooks, Bonzels, Escondidos, anywhere where you have some space. There was one over in Oceanside, which was like one of those, what are the Airstream? Kind of like Airstream style.
Yeah.
Kind of old school. It was definitely, had some age on it. But kind of old inside. The interior was well worn. They have like a little area for a little campfire. This one, it looked like you were kind of in the heart of downtown Oceanside somewhere. So somebody either had a little bit extra land or whatever. So you could probably get down to everything you needed to over there. But there's a lot in there. And the other one was that I just saw a few days ago when I started looking for this stuff is Glamping Hub. So if you got campers that don't like camping, no, if you like camping and you want to get out, but you have people in your party that don't, this could be a good search. But anyways, it's glamping, cabins, tiny homes, tree houses, domes, all kinds of stuff. They have they have cabins in Big Bear. There's some in Yucca Valley, Palomar Mountain, Mayer, Arizona.
Cool.
Idlewild. So, and these ones have a little bit more where Hipcamp is more like literally there's some that are in people's backyards.
Yeah.
This one's a little more, it could still be in their
Traditional.
backyards, but yeah, a little more unique style places to stay. So anyways,
Cool.
plenty of spots to get out and about.
Welks Resort is what you were thinking of off the 15.
Oh no, that is there
that's
too.
different?
Yeah, there is
that's
that
not
one.
what you're
Welks.
thinking
We did do staycation at Welks. I think we shared it in another episode, but that was fun too.
And the other one, my last one I'll drop, is Temecula Creek Inn is really cool too. Restaurant there, right on the golf course. No casino, but
Pachanga's pretty
cool,
close though.
Yeah. Yeah, Pachanga is actually literally right just down the road.
Yeah.
Cool, a nice little pool. Nothing super fancy, but a cool little spot.
Is this one right
Especially-
off the freeway right there as you're coming up? That's the golf course right there? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Going north on the 15.
Yeah, and they have just like a lot of spots in Temecula. It's an easy spot to jump off for wineries and all that. So really, really good one.
If you want to get that winery on, what was it called?
Temecula Creek Inn.
There we go.
Yep.
All right. Well, hit us up, you guys. If you guys have any other spots, we'll post them on our Instagram. Hello at Livin in San Diego. LIVIN in San Diego. No G.
Correct. No G.
The G got fired. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And, we're going to have some fun next week. But hit us up if you guys need anything. Adios.